Alright guys, welcome to the second episode of Progressive Fire. Today we'll be continuing our progression series, but we're going to take a little bit of a different standpoint. We're going to be shooting long distances with long arms. We have our silhouette targets set down range again. This time they're approximately 100 yards away, and each one of us will be shooting a different long arm with basically different purposes. So we're going to take a minute here and talk about our guns, and then we're going to put some lead down range.
Shove it up your ass,
shit,
Will.
that one worked. Alright, I chose the AR-15. This is a pretty standard rifle all across America. Everyone knows the AR-15. This one I have, this is a Stag Arms Model 3. It's standard AR platform. I put some flip-up sights on it, iron sights. I'll be using them. I also have a red dot sight on the top, which is really nice for finding the target, especially in low light situations, kind of like this evening and in this wooded area. Collapsible stock, and fires the 5.56 millimeter round or .223 caliber, and I have it sighted in for 200 yards, and so I'm going to have to make some slight adjustments at this 100-yard range.
Alright, I'm going to be shooting the 9130 Nagant. It fires a 7.62 by 54R. Now, before I start, I know there's a red dot on it, and I know it's stupid as hell. I was going to put a scope on it, but I never got around to buying the scope, so I don't have a rear sight. So right now, this is what I'm stuck with. So don't make fun of me too much. It's all I got right now. It's a beast of a rifle. It'll never break, and the round itself will go through pretty much anything. So it's a great rifle, and it will never break on you.
Today I'll be shooting one of America's most popular rifles. In fact, it might be the F-150 of rifles. It's probably the most popular bolt-action rifle ever sold.
Bolt action, okay, I would disagree with you. I would say the AR-15 is the most popular American rifle.
No, I hardly disagree with that.
Really?
Actually, yeah, like 400% disagree with that.
Current estimates of the Remington 700 in America are around 3.5 million since its first production in 1962. The AR-15, first manufactured for civilian use in 1963, is estimated to have been produced 3.7 million times. The actual most popular rifle in America, based on numbers produced, is the Winchester Model 94, at 7.5 million.
Today I'll be shooting what is arguably the most popular rifle in America. It is the Remington 700 bolt action. This particular rifle was custom made by a man whose name I won't want to mention because I won't shoot accurately enough to do it justice. It is chambered in a .308 Winchester cartridge.
Oh, get in there.
Which is virtually identical to the 7.62 NATO round. I have a Weaver 10x38 scope on it, which only cost about $100. And when I was 12, I thought it was fantastic, and now that I'm 28, I can tell the difference between good optics and wish I had something else. So originally I was going to shoot the AK-47, but I just kind of brought this out for shits and gigs and saw how terrible I had gotten with it and chose this as my progression rifle. This is my 100-yard group with my Remington 700 and 308 Winchester. The spread is about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches. The spread is about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. I'm not really satisfied with that. Is it good enough to kill this guy? Yeah, he's dead. Is it good enough to kill a deer? Yeah, the deer would be dead as well. But shooting off a bench at 100 yards, the group should have been 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch at the most.
Alright, so after taking my 5 shots, all of them hit the target pretty well. Now this is a rock that must have flew up or something, so we can just cross that out. Now, when I was shooting, the actual red dot took up about the whole size of this larger square, so it's kind of hard to actually see where you're shooting. I was shooting a little high, so I'll have to bring it down a little bit with the scope, but overall, with the super crappy scope I was shooting with, or red dot, it's not too bad, but could be a lot better. Especially with this rifle, I know it's capable of a lot more accurate shots.
What I was doing, I put the sights right here because I knew it was going to shoot a little low because of where I have it sighted in. What I didn't know is that it was going to shoot this far left. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind, you know, if I shoot it anymore today. But when I go home, I'll have to sight it in properly to bring this 8-9 inch space over to the center here. As far as it's up and down, you know, it's not bad, especially compensating with the 200-yard. Especially compensating because I have it sighted in at 200 yards. So for our next challenge, we are going to fire 1 shot from our rifle, drop the rifle, pull out our pistol, and I'm going to double tap. Are you guys going to double tap? We're all going to double tap our pistols, and we're going to time it. So this is going to be really interesting for Weston, who does not have a sling on his rifle. Ready? Yep. Oh, I don't have...
Blooper reel!
Oh, it's double tap.
Every one of you!
Keep going, you're still time.
Are you serious?
Yep, that's what I did.
Oh!
You just did not give a shit on that one, did you?
Yep.
Alright, so here we are. Here's my target. I've got 1 223, 2 223. Okay, oh, 3 right there. Okay, I was actually going for the head. I want to make that clear. I was not aiming for that. I was aiming for the head when I was shooting. So there's my rifle. Pistols. Okay, we've got 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 miss, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I don't count this one as a failure because if you're familiar with male anatomy, I actually think that's the best shot here. Okay. Not happy with the accuracy in terms of it, but I guess my times were pretty good. That makes sense because I've got a tactical sling on my rifle, so I can just drop it, draw, and go. Obviously, I had some problems with my pistol at first because I wasn't prepared.
Let's start over here on Will's target. He mentioned not being prepared, as you're going to see, or probably already saw. We just cut all this. Let's start over here on Will's target. He mentioned not being prepared, and I wasn't prepared either. My first round was atrocious, summed up in like 18 seconds, something like that.
It's not even.
It's on the other side of the cardboard.
Oh, yep. 13.8 for he.
13. My first round was atrocious, summed up in 13 seconds. And I shot at Will's target. That's how unprepared I was. So this will be my rifle round right here. First shot. I'll circle it as I go like Will did. That's my rifle shot, and this was my double tap. When it got up to 12 seconds, I just didn't care anymore. Threw some lead at the target. Let's go over here to my target. My times were not terrible for what I had to do. This is one of these. These are both my rifle rounds, so let's just pick that as the first one. And a double tap for my second round, and rifle round again, and the second shot of my double tap. The first one, I failed miserably on the trigger pull. We spent probably about 3 minutes looking for the bullet, have no idea where it hit. So, overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I can take that, especially considering I had no sling whatsoever.
For my first 2 shots, I was actually firing at the head until I realized I should probably fire at the center of mass. So my first 2 rounds are going to be up here. You can actually see one rifle round here and here, along with a double tap here, here, and as with everyone else, I was also unprepared on my first round and only loaded 1 bullet. So there's my double tap. For my third round, we got a rifle shot here, along with double tap here and here. So overall, I mean, it could be a lot better, that's for sure. But other than one, we seem to get them all on the target, and not too bad.
Time for grades. Okay, F, and a C. Good job, Aaron, except for this part right here. F. Alright guys, thanks for watching Progressive Fire. See you next time.
It's going to be experimentally fabulous.